Hey everybody, this is Robert Lefty Preacher Sampson coming right at you. How you doing? Hope y'all feeling blessed. Hope y'all feeling good. Hope y'all doing all right. Got a review for you today. I love to review equipment because I love to, you know, I don't want to say give my expertise, but give my ideas of different equipment because, I've got a little bit of knowledge, and I've played so many instruments and so many different kind of amps. But today, we are going to be reviewing the Motion Sound KP408S. I have not seen a video on the review of these yet on YouTube, but I have seen the review of the KP500, okay, which is the big brother to this. This is kind of the, there's a little brother. But this amp is a really cool amplifier, so we'll get right into the review. Okay, everybody. This is a very, very, very simple setup as far as amps go. No bells, whistles, and all kinds of fancy stuff that you don't know what it does. So on each channel, you got channel 1 here. Over here's channel 2. Each channel has a stereo input. So there's 2 stereo inputs for each channel. Okay? So on each channel, this doubles. So remember, when you go over to the other side, it's the same. Okay? This is a stereo keyboard amplifier, which means it's got 2 speakers in it. It's actually got 4 speakers in it. It's got 2 8-inch low frequency drivers in it that are eminence. Then it's got 2 horns in it, 2 high frequency drivers. So it's completely stereo, which I tell people, if you're a keyboard player, always use a stereo keyboard amplifier, because you're going to get the maximum amount of playability out of your keyboard and sound reproduction out of your keyboard by running it in stereo. That's what they're designed to do. They're designed to run in stereo because that's where you get all the effects. That's where you get all the beautiful panning, that you get from like some of the electric pianos. Like when you use organ, when you turn on the Leslie effect, that's when you're going to get that swirling sound, is by using stereo. So don't cheat yourself and use mono. There's lots of amps out there that are stereo. I know some people like to use 2 separate powered speakers, but I used to go that route, but I got to the point to where I got tired of hauling around 2 powered speakers. So, I just got to the point to where I've got this, which is my small keyboard amp, and then I've got a bigger keyboard amp, which is a Roland KC990. That's my big boy that I like using when I'm playing really big stages. This one will do big stages too. But my KC990 has a lot more low-end punch to it. But the strange thing is, this has more wattage than my KC990. My KC990 is like 300 watts RMS. This one is 400 watts RMS. So don't let those 8-inch woofers that are in this thing fool you. So getting back to the controls here, you got volume, expand. I'll explain that in a minute. You got bass, middle, and treble, and of course, boom, boom, boom. You got the same ones here, same controls here. Then you've got this. I'm going to kind of cover up this LED because it's so bright. It's called low bass. What this does is it adjusts the low end frequency of the speakers. So think of it like a bass boost. Like a bass boost with a potentiometer. Okay. Then you got your main volume control here, and these knobs are very smooth. I mean, very, they're rubberized, so so you can get a good grip on them. I love that. And of course, they have the little divots on them right here, where they have the little pointers where you can definitely see where you're at when you're turning the knobs. So. This amplifier, like I said, is 400 watts RMS. Powerful little amp for its size. So we're going to talk about the expand feature. But first, before I talk about the expand feature, I've got to explain the way this amplifier is made. Okay, most keyboard amplifiers are more like a square shape. Okay, there's I've owned several keyboard amplifiers. I owned a KC, what was it, a KC250. I've owned the big boy with the 15 in it, Roland. And the problem with those amplifiers is most of them are either slightly slanted or they're just completely square in the front. Well, this Motion Sound went to a different length to be able to create their amps. So as you can see, this amplifier is quite differently shaped than most amps. As you see, the whole top part of this and the bottom half is rounded. And then you see the grill in the middle here. The baffle board that the speakers are mounted on are actually offset at an angle. And I'll explain why that is. With most keyboard amplifiers, your stereo field is going to be directly in front of you. Okay? So you're not going to get the stereo effect if you're standing off to one side of the amp or the other side of the amp. So you got to be almost directly in front of the amp to be able to hear that. Or, you know, sometimes like I do with my KC990, I'll shoot it from the side so I can use it as a stage monitor. But with this amp, what they've done is they've basically splayed the speakers. I can't really tell you the degree that they splayed them. To me, it looks like maybe about a 7-degree angle off, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 10 degrees. I don't know. But what they did was they splayed this. So what happens is when you take these speakers and you splay them like that, what you end up doing is you end up creating a wider stereo field than just two speakers spacing directly forward. So that's where the expand comes in. This expand knob, what it does is it allows you to basically dial in the stereo field. And it's going to be hard to hear what this actually does because unless you're actually in the room with the amp, it's really hard to hear that effect. So here we got my Yamaha Modix 6. And I've gone to the piano setting, and I will find, you know, something like a romantic piano. Let's try the CFX Moody, since it's got some. Okay, so I'm going to dial this in here. Hold on just a second, people. I've turned the volume down here, so I gotta turn that back up. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to boost the high end here, adjust the EQ. That's just with the expand is off. Okay, so then we're going to go back here. And, oh, I lied to you. The expand is at about 9 o'clock. But I will turn up the expand here. Actually, let me turn it completely down so you can hear what it sounds like without the expand. Okay, that sounds so dark is because of that's just the setting of the particular piano here. So what we'll do here, got the bass turned down, so we'll turn the expand up to noon here. And like I said, with this keyboard, you have expand on both channels, so it's not an overall effect just for and that's what I do like about this keyboard amp too, is that you've got separate controls for each channel. You know, my KC990, the only thing I don't like about it is it's got a global EQ, which, you know, when you start adjusting the EQ on that thing, it's an overall EQ. You can't adjust the EQ on each individual channel. I like the fact of being able to EQ each keyboard separately in each channel, because then I can get the most out of each individual channel. So here we go. So the expand is at noon. So, you know, it drastically changes the stereo field. My guess what it does is it starts panning stuff. The more you hit the expand, the more it basically takes that stereo field and separates the right and left channel further apart. You know what I mean? So what it does is it gives it more of a stereo sound because it separates the right and left channel farther to the left for the left channel, farther to the right for the right channel, and gives it more of a spacious sound. But this thing weighs in at 40 pounds. I've seen some websites say 46, some say 40. So I just kind of go with the lower number. So we're going to just kind of rock this forward here. No, better yet, let me turn it around so we can look at the back here. Very, very, very simple layout. Right here, this is your audio slave output. So I'm guessing this is probably a powered output because of the way that, you know, it's got this locking, I think it's a 1/4 inch locking jack. So when you plug it in, it locks. Then you've got, here you've got your mono output. That would be like if you're going to record or whatever and you just want it to be mono and not stereo. Then next to this jack, you have got your sub out. Now this sends an output. That sends an output to a sub if you're going to be using a subwoofer. Like with me, if I need a little more low end reinforcement, right there, I've got a Behringer. I think that's a Euro Live. I want to say Euro Live 12B. I think that's what it is. But it's a great little sub. So I'll be using that underneath this thing if I need more bass. So, and then of course you've got your XLR outputs, direct outputs, right and left out, which, you know, the sound guy's going to love that because he's no longer going to have to use a direct box to run things. So I love this. I love this little logo on the back, the 25-year anniversary, because I used to own an original Motion Sound Leslie, the 2-piecer, and I liked it, but I upgraded to the Pro 145. So yeah, that's a look at the amp, and maybe I'll do another review and kind of give more of a review on site. I may do that tomorrow, since I'm playing tomorrow night with my band, so I'll be using this for the first time tomorrow night, along with my Motion Sound Leslie. So I will be able to give you more of a comprehensive sound test tomorrow. So until then, y'all, stay blessed. Oh, and one of the best things, this is made in the USA. I love it. I mean, it's so hard to find US made products, you know, but yeah, this is made 100% in the USA. So if y'all love this review, give me a thumbs up. If there's anything you think I left out, let me know. You know, I'm always up for adding more information or being being educated more about, you know, this equipment, you know. But I want to thank y'all for sticking around and listening, and y'all take care and be blessed.